faced are operational. Offices have got to be secured, adequate staff has to be hired and trained. Now, this involves not only such ideas and items as inventory and shipping, but also accounting and customer support. This infrastructure has to be in place before marketing can begin, and I'd like to tell you that these actions are almost complete as well. Now, regarding marketing, this is obviously one of the most important areas, particularly in a network marketing company such as ours. Websites have to be designed. Presentations must be written. Videos must be produced. Social media, advertising, and PR plans must be developed. Corporate branding and promotions must be fine-tuned. Now, these actions are also in process and almost complete. Field leadership is another critical area. Now, this is where you come in. In the book, Good to Great, author Jim Collins determined that one of the key differences between companies that were merely good compared to with companies that went on to greatness were the people that were on board. When starting a journey to greatness, it is critical that the company gets the right people on the bus and the wrong people off the bus. Only when they're ready for the journey to greatness, that's when everything is in place. And make no mistake, this is a journey. It's not a short trip or a weekend getaway. A journey implies a great distance to be traveled, and traveling great distances requires careful and intelligent planning. Nothing can be taken for granted because once you start the journey, there's no turning back. Financial resources, maps, milestones to be reached, even the choice of your traveling companions has to be well thought out and decided upon. And most of all, before starting any journey, you better know where you're starting from. When you're looking at a map, it really helps to see an arrow in the words, "You are here." Then, of course, you need to know your destination. So, we're on a journey, and the destination is success. Many of you tried to make this journey to success before, only to get confused or lost, running into a dead end, having to back up and start over. Now, I can assure you that's not going to be the case this time. Some of you have gotten lucky once or twice, tasting the sweetness of hitting it big or maybe even earning a fortune. But if you've earned what we call the big money in network marketing, you know how many variables have to come together, hold together to make the journey to success. And it doesn't happen by accident. Probably the most important thing on taking any journey is the vehicle you're traveling in. The vehicle in this case is the company World Global Network. Now, there's a lot of riders in this vehicle, but there's only one driver, and that's the CEO, Fabio Galdi. In the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, the first chapter goes over strategic assessments, and that means the conditions of the fight. Now, there's 5 conditions that he talks about in the book, and the first one is called the way, meaning inducing the people to have the same aims as the leadership. I take that mean as getting everybody to buy into the corporate mission. Then another condition is the weather, meaning the seasons. I take that to mean timing. Then the next condition is the terrain, meaning the distance, ease or difficulty in safety or danger in travel, and the lay of the land. This would be the market and competitive analysis. Then another condition, and this is a critical one, is leadership. That's a matter of intelligence, trustworthiness, humaneness, courage, and strength. Now this starts with Fabio, then it goes to Alessandro, Alfonso, and the entire executive team of WGN. And finally, there's a condition called discipline, meaning organization, chain of command, and logistics. This is what's called putting the whole organization together. Finally, he sums it all up by saying the one who figures on victory at headquarters before even doing battle is the one that has the most strategic factors on his side. The one with many strategic factors wins. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. Because of Fabio and his executive team considering all the strategic factors very carefully, with insight and intelligence fought through many previous battles, I know we're going to win, and I know we're going to win big. In fact, I'll just put it this way. If you can start and run a successful operation in countries as diverse as Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the entire EU, we can all take comfort in the fact that these guys know exactly what they're doing. I have complete confidence in Fabio, Alessandro, Alfonso, and the entire advisory board to make the right decisions regarding the launch of World Global Network into America. I've worked closely with all of them for over a month now, And I've never seen a more professionally competent group of executives with more ability to execute, to make the tough calls, to practice honor and integrity than these gentlemen. Now, if you knew them like I know them by working side by side with them, you'd realize what an honor and privilege it is to work with them and to be on their bus. That having been said, I want to go over some of the most frequently asked questions that we've gotten from you, our field leaders. It's vitally important that if you're going to be a leader, you need to have the right information from the right source. And that's what this call is really all about. But before I get started on this particular section of the FAQs, I want to give a big shout out to Kathleen McGowan. You guys have no idea how capable, how professional, and how hardworking this great new WGN U.S. Operations Executive is. She's truly somebody special, working side by side with her for the last week in Miami. I can tell you she's a major, major asset to our team. Everybody loves her spirit, her commitment, her intelligence, her work ethic, and her loyalty to the mission. So Kathleen, I want to thank you. And now everybody pay close attention, because here's some of the most important announcements over the upcoming next few weeks and months. The World Important
It's gonna be the one right here,
WIP phase, otherwise
one that set it
known as
up.
the pre-launch. That's the time we're in
It's
right
one that
now.
changes the face
Comes to
of
an end
America.
next Tuesday, October 14th. Now, this time, the WIP VIP pre-launch phase, well, this was the free sign-up phase where everyone was able to sign up with a free $49 voucher to cover their affiliate fee and their digital starter kit. Now, this time period comes to a close next week on October 14th. Starting the very next day on October 15th, several things are going to happen. From Wednesday, October 15th to Wednesday, October 22nd, there's going to be a moratorium on signing up any new affiliates. This 1 week moratorium is going to allow you to reorganize the people that you've already personally sponsored and place them exactly where you want them in the comp plan. Now, to be able to do that, when you log into your back office on October 15th, you're going to see a new screen that's going to allow you to place your front line exactly where you want them in the comp plan. This way, you can organize your leadership team to maximize the pay plan to your and everybody else's advantage. So the official start date of the World Global Network pre-launch is October 22nd. And starting on October 22nd, you can start signing up new affiliates again. Now, like I said before, anybody who signed up prior to October 15th got a $49 voucher to cover their affiliate fee and their digital startup kit. Now, everybody that signs up before October 15th, you're not going to need to sign up again, but you're going to need to re-register to click on accepting the new terms and conditions. To keep your position, all you need to do is just re-register. Anybody signing up from October 22nd on is going to need to accept the new terms and conditions and pay the $49 affiliate fee for the digital starter kit. So no more vouchers are going to be available after the 14th.
I got
Starting
40. I got
with
50,
pre-launch on
50
October
vouchers, boo.
22nd, we're going to have a new video-driven
Get
website
some
that's
people
going to
in for free.
house the business presentation,
Okay.
the compensation
I got,
plan, obviously the new registration links in order to be able to sign up, the starter kit details, and a bunch of other really, really cool stuff. And I want you to know that even though this is going to be WGN's pre-launch website, it's really going to kick ass. We've hired some top flight talent from Hollywood to create our videos and our website, and it's not going to look like anything else in network marketing. In keeping with the elegance and class of our company and our new products, it's going to be out of this world, setting a new standard in the industry. And speaking of the compensation plan, the products and the pricing, we're putting the finishing touches on all those things. Now, we have to go through legal review of the compensation plan and also what products we can and cannot sell in the U.S. market. And like I said, those two things are in process right now, almost completed, but until they're determined, we can't finalize exactly what our product packages are going to be. And because of that, we can't finalize our pricing. However, we plan on having all those questions answered later this week, so that's going to be the point of next week's call. We're going to go over exactly what the products are and what we're going to be able to release in the U.S. market. And we're going to go over the plan in detail. and we're going to have the product packages and pricing. So make sure you're on next week's call. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to be running our pre-launch starting on October 22nd. Now, the next big date that I want you to remember is December 9th. This is going to be the time when you can begin to build your affiliate sales organization for only $49. So in other words, from October 22nd all the way up to December 9th. Now, concurrent with World Global Network's Diamond Life convention in Dubai, you just saw the video on that convention. That's going to be an incredible convention, and everybody's invited to go there, by the way. This is when all our products are going to be available for purchase in the U.S. So our first commission run is the following on December 16th, just in time for Christmas. So I went over a lot of information there very quickly. And what I want to do is I want to just go back over it very quickly as well one more time, just so that everybody remembers and understands. And if you've got a pen, write down these dates. And we're going to be following this up with an email that's going to cover some of this same territory. But for right now, I know you're probably going to want to make sure that you have these dates in mind. Okay? So we're running the VIP phase right now, and that's going to end next Tuesday on October 14th. Everybody that's signed up at this point has been able to sign up with a free $49 voucher to cover their affiliate fee and their digital startup kit. Okay, now that comes to next Tuesday on October 14th. On October 15th, and from October